Now back to the Brian Zimmerman Show. Here's Brian.
Hi, everyone. Brian here at your side for another episode of The Brian Zimmerman Show. Welcome. Today, I want to talk about the best and worst bosses that I worked with. The best boss that I worked with was at a company that we sold web extraction software. And my boss was someone who always took the time to make sure that you knew how to do your job well. She always was available. She always took the time to sit with you and to go over things, to explain things. She was always there. She wasn't hiding anywhere like some other bosses. We had a meeting one day with I think it was the VP of sales, and there were some changes going on in the sales department. And he was talking to me about some changes and stuff that I had to do or something like that. And my boss was, kind of, she was always looking out for me in a sense. She always would say, are you okay with that, Brian? Do you have any questions about that, Brian? And instead of just saying, this is it, this is how it's going to be done, go do your job, she was kind of the, definitely more of the leader, right? And I wish all bosses could learn and be like her. And I think just the whole, and that's how that chemistry, right? That mojo, I call it. You have to have anybody that's going to be successful, especially in a sales position, has to have that solid communication, not just solid communication, but that solid relationship with your manager or boss or whatever you want to call them. And we worked as a team. We were. It was a team player. It wasn't. It was then that's how it really that's how companies should work, right? So I'm thankful for that leadership that she gave me in that direction. There was no micromanagement. There wasn't this is how we do it, go do it. And she was my best boss. My worst boss, I mean, I could be a couple of them, but I was working at a marketing company, and my title he gave me was telemarketer. I wasn't a telemarketer. I was a salesperson. I was a business development person. But he wanted to give me a title. He wanted to pay me, not. He didn't want to give me a high pay, is what it was, right? So if you give a title to somebody called telemarketer, you can pay them, a crappy salary. And that's really what he did. He treated me like a telemarketer, which I wasn't. And he would have me write out your 6 month goals. What's your 6 month goals? Go write them out. So I write them out, and I want to see them. And showed it to him. No, I want it written like exactly the way that I have it. Okay. It was my 6 month goals in bold, a couple in the a couple of spaces down. It was like 3 or 4 spaces. Had to be 3 or 4 spaces. I'm not kidding you. It had to be exactly the way that he had it, right? A, B, C, and something else. It had to be, and if it wasn't right, you had to go back and redo it. Okay, there's like you were in third grade or something. You talk about a boss. Um, and there was another time where, and also never had a raise either. No raise, no nothing like that. We had a holiday party once, and I remember for some reason I couldn't make it. And the next day, I found out that he gave everybody a Fitbit. I didn't get one. He didn't want to give me one because I didn't go to the party. Um, and there was a couple of instances like that, and also so the call report. I had to do a call report, and I had to be on both sides of the paper. It had to be stapled. There was all this real strictness with this guy, and it just treated me like I was like a teenager, basically, like his son. Um, and the other part of it was that when we had a meeting, I would kind of stress some things that I wasn't happy about and whatever, or a direction that we should be going to, sales, something we should be saying or doing. I always pushed to have these flip books made because another company I worked for, we had flip books, which I had a lot of success with. And he was totally against it. I kept, pushing him and pushing him. And finally he gave up and he gave in and he did them. But I remember sometimes when we used to have meetings and I would say these things and he would say, he would cut me off. I don't want to interrupt your thunder, he said. Oh, sorry for interrupting your thunder. Um, that is a classic boss right there. Make the calls. Just sit and make calls. No real direction. No real. Just you're just a nobody. Telemarketers. They're at the bottom of the totem pole. You're a nobody, and I'll pay you like a nobody. That is all for this episode. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.